morning, everybody. Rusty from the Rusty Razor. Have another shave of the day. Yes, it's going to be a weekend shave, actually. Well, I got this yesterday. Got it in the mail from Robert's Classic Shaving. Yeah. He sent it. He said, you asked me if I wanted it, and I said, sure, I'll take it. It's like, so he sent it over to me. And it's Woodland Frost. And when you smell it, it's like, smells like eucalyptus mint with a little bit of amber possibly tossed into it. A little bit of woodland. It was like woody scent that's in there. Maybe that's not, I think it's more like not cedar or maybe oak. But that's what I'm kind of smelling. It's like with some eucalyptus mint with, like, think of Sterling's eucalyptus mint with some woodland aspects to it. So that is all the way from across the pond that Robert sent me. So there. Then we're going to be using Astra blades with the Rockwell 6S. Was third use of these Astra blades. I had to think for a second. And then I was like, man, I could probably grab I was like thinking, I'll just grab the Sterling eucalyptus mint that I already have. And then I was like, nah, I don't feel like it. I'm feeling Avon Wild Country today. Or is this? There. Yeah, get it right. Avon Wild Country. I was in a wild mood. I was like, gotta break up the good stuff. It smells so good. Yes, Sig. I sent Sig a bottle of my own from my own personal stash and said, enjoy. He's like, oh, it's the good stuff. So there we go. That's yes, I'm still in pain. I'm still in agony. Whew. Tuesday, I get to go see the pain center. Maybe they'll go, inject me full of good stuff. I don't know yet. We'll see. It's like I'm doing 3 days a week physical therapy, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm doing chiropractic appointments to get things back to where they belong, and nothing's really working. It's like, how many of this? He's like, you look at all the individuals in all these our shaving channels. Like Gary has problems. This is my regular brush. Definitely got that eucalyptus vibe going on here. The one thing I noticed is it didn't really want to lather up very well. I put my usual amount in, and it's like, that's all I got. Not that that's a big deal. It's like, but it is kind of creamy. And I'm wondering if they got, it's like, there should be some cooling agent like menthol. I get kind of a menthol coming across it. So, and the Rockwell Plate 4, in case you're wondering. Which is an interesting thing. It's like, I was just like trying to figure out, what am I going to use this morning? And it's like, I decided, it's like, the wife is away. She went over to her mom's this morning. Actually, I got up at 8 o'clock and she was already gone. And I'm like, wow, she took off already. Interesting. So, I'm at the house myself. Heck with it. I ate a little toast and peanut butter toast this morning. Like, you know what? I got that soap that I got from Robert. He sent in the mail, and it's like, you know what? I'm going to just do a shave this morning and film it. And it's not very often I do a weekend shave video. There's one thing I noticed about the views on the weekend seem to go down drastically. So I was like, heck with it. I wasn't going to do many. I could do, like 3 shaves. Usually it's Friday. I do a Friday shave and post it on dark early Saturday morning. Like midnight or so. Oh, how's your day going? How's your weekend? What you up to? I got a friend of mine coming over later today. He's coming over. We're going to work on some projects the guy wants to get done. Game related. I'm a very big miniature warfare gamer. Oh, that's what I do. That's my job. Is I sit around and paint stuff. I do commission painting for people. That's how I make my living. So that's an interesting idea. What do you guys do for hobbies? Like, what is your hobbies? You know, like other than, obviously a lot of people consider shaving, you know, doing this as a hobby. That's maybe your only hobby you got. But what do you do for entertainment? You know, I know that some people, it's like hunting, fishing, like right now I'm not doing one of my hobbies very well because I'd have to carry my telescope out. It's like I got a minor in astronomy, all right? And so I'm kind of like considered an amateur astronomer in some ways, I guess. Even though I got a degree, which I don't use very much. I used to be an educator, but yes, I'd sit there with my tweed jacket and tie and everything and discuss science. Yeah, that was me. But yeah, one of my hobbies is astronomy. I got a heck of a telescope. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and post it on the back end of the video. But that's one of my hobbies. So what are your hobbies? What do you guys do for entertainment outside of shaving? You know, it's like shaving is roughly less than 30 minutes of your day. What other hobbies do you do? You know, it's like for me, it's gaming. Analog miniature gaming. Right now we're working on some World War II Bolt. It's called Bolt Action, which is a game that's from England, Warlord Games. So you're getting an idea into what other things I like to do. And I'm helping him put together his American Army. And I got a British Airborne Army. It's in the box still. That's another thing we're going to work on. Start to assemble that one, put it together. All right, I'm going to do the Red Devils. My 4s. But, you know, when you're playing games like that, obviously if you got Americans and Brits, you got to have some evil guys. So we got some German army troops put together. We finally got got one more box of them to put together and I also have a old army of evil Soviets. Yes, I call them evil too. They were not nice people either. Communists. Yeah, let's look at the history of World War II. You had the socialists versus the communists. A bunch of left-wing crazy lunatics fighting each other, killing each other off. And we had to go in and clean up the mess. I'm thinking about getting some Italians because I want to do the North Africa campaign stuff. When I play games, I like to do campaigns. I just don't do pickup type style games, which most people do. But I prefer the old narrative style gaming. You know, set up a scenario and play, you know, like out of a battle type of thing. That's how I do it. And when eventually we're talking about getting French and Poles and Italians and Japanese, and get some regular British Army Canadians too for the mix, because you know, Brits, well, they did a lot of fighting long before we ever got involved in that thing. They held up there. It's like if it wasn't for them, it's like the Germans and Italians would have controlled a lot of Europe for a long period of time. But yeah, when Americans showed up and we invaded North Africa, boy, we sort of did fairly well until we get this little battle at Catherine Pass where the boys of the 34th Infantry Division, which I used to be a member of the 34th Infantry Division, got their asses handed to them. But we learned how to fight. Learned our lessons, and then we really applied it. Started doing well. But yeah, we had some setbacks, like the Battle of the Bulge. But our elite units kind of saved the day there. It's like when you have greenhorn units, they get thrown into the line and they get run over. Wasn't a good day. But yeah, so that's one of my hobbies is miniature wargaming. I used to be really big into fishing too. I talking with Justin now, Red Island Shaver, before. He loves to fish, but he's losing his eyesight, so he's having a hard time with that. He needs somebody to take him. I'd say if I lived right near him, I would have was like, yeah. Like, you need to go fishing, let's go. That's the problem I have, is I don't have anything to go fishing with anymore. So it's like, I love fishing, a lot of times I just go by myself. But here in Iowa, it's like you fish off, unless you got a boat, you're stuck fishing off the banks of a river or something. And growing up in Minnesota, having my own personal lake, which would be a major lake in Iowa, which was just it's just a normal one. In Minnesota, the only access to the lake was from our farm. So I pretty much fished it by myself. And occasionally my brothers would, in summertime, my brothers would go with me, and like some dad when he had weekends and he wasn't working. That lake with the back of my hand, I knew exactly where the best spots were, where the fish always seemed to congregate. But that's one of the hobbies I enjoy. I like to get back into it. Hunting. I love pheasant hunting, deer, black powder. I hunt deer with black powder. I went primitive. It's like during the regular deer, we got we got 4 deer seasons in Iowa. So you got bow and black powder, and then that ends, and then you get shotgun season, rifle season, which you can use rifles in Iowa, but it has to be straight case cartridge. It cannot be a shouldered, beveled style, like say 0.6 or a 308 or something like that. It has to be straight case, so it's like that. So if you had a rifle with a 45-70, yeah, you could use it. But my brothers use a 450 Bushmaster for theirs. They got their AR platforms that they have chambered in that. But yeah, that's an interesting fun little activity. But that's, I would go out and take my do black powder and bow. So you get a bow license, you'd get a black powder license, and harvest a couple. And that would be the end of my season. And bring them back to the house and skin them out and chop them up. And I was like, my wife's cousins own a hog operation, so I'd just buy a whole hog off of them and bring it back, and I'd make a ton of, I'd mix venison and pork together for sausages. Make a lot of that, and plus, you know, I like my venison roast and stuff. But yeah, good stuff. Not much cooling effect with this. They feel cooling, but it's not really heavy. And I was like, like I said, I got a few telescopes for my astronomy, but the reason it's kind of on hold is the mount on it itself is over 100 pounds, so you got to be in shape to carry it out. And right now, I can barely lift 20 pounds without going, oh my god, you know, that type of thing. If I bend over, it's like, yeah, it's not. The telescope itself weighs like 30-something pounds. You know, it's a 6-inch refractor. It's like freaking huge. It's like a big giant cannon. But I got a smaller one, which I could use. It's a little 80 millimeter Muscova. When my daughter isn't borrowing it, I can use it. Because my daughter, you know, she's an engineer, so occasionally she thought about becoming an astronomer, and then she decided to become an engineer. So, but occasionally she dabs her toe back into the Astra field. I just put it this way: by the time she was 10, she's seen every planet that you could see with a telescope. She had actively hunted them down. Oh, right there. Yeah, it's got some good residual slickness with this up. I was chatting with Chuck, and he said he doesn't like Shannon's because it's gritty, and I never noticed that. I'm still trying to figure that out. I've shaved a few times since he said that. I'm like, I don't notice it. I did notice that each seemed like every batch of, because I got several different kinds of Shannon soaps now, and every one lathers up a little different. So I don't know if it's the quality of it or what. The scents are bad. Got my mole, or skin tag there. I got peel off the top of it. Keeping it in check. And another hobby I got. I'm a watercolor artist. So I got all kinds of watercolors. So like if you came into my house, like my son's girlfriend the other day, she was in there and she could look, and it's like they're doing a puzzle on the table, and it's like, oh yeah, it's like that looks like either an acrylic or a oil painting. And she's like, oh, you know these things? Yeah, I got a minor in art. Like, I'm an eclectic individual. And I was like, just look up at the wall. She's like, there is a lot of paintings. Like, yeah, those are mine. And I painted those. She's like, wow. He's like, those are good. I'm like, yeah, well, you know, lots of years. I need to get back into that. That's one of the things I'd enjoy. You can lose hours painting something. All right, I'm going to rinse my face here. Oh, pain! Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, nothing like waking up in the morning and he's like rolling over and going, ah! And it's like, I'm awake! None of this, I'm just going to lazily, drowsily wake up. No, it's like 0 to 100. You're like, hello, I'm awake. You know, that type of thing. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit of cooling aspect going on. It's not really heavy. It's kind of like the Sterling's Eucalyptus Mint, where you're getting a little the K-Towel from Glen Halley. Back there. But yeah. Aromatherapy this morning. Just be jealous. Yeah. Woo-wee. Little sting in there. But man, this smells so good. Oh, well, that's interesting. Man, that's an interesting combination. I mean, dude, it's like the woody aspects of everything just coming right out. It's like boom, you know. But it's like that mintiness is like, it's like there is a little bit of mintiness, very minor in the Avon Wild Country. But now it's like you got this mintiness of the Woodland frost coming out, and it's like, oh yeah. That makes you happy. All right. This soap is Woodland Frost from Shannon Soaps, brought to you by Robert over the Robert's Classic Shaving channel. There you go. All the way from, gosh, is it Serbia or is it Bosnia? I think it's Serbia. No. I'm sorry. It's like, I know it's that area over there. So there you go. And then we had Astra, the Astra Blades, third use with the Rockwell 6S. This is brought to you by Sig Solo from Sig's channel over there. Oh, that's everything. That's the shave of the day. Oh, there's a affiliate link down below, which I've talked about many times. If you want to get something from the affiliate link, click on it, and I'll get a little kickback. We'll give away when I get to $20, $25. There. How's that? Okay, that's everything. That's the shave of the day, everybody. Hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Rusty out.